If you're self-hosting and you want to manage your own game servers like Call of Duty, Minecraft, or any of the other million games that are out there, using Unraid, AMP, and Pangolin makes it, I'm not going to say super easy for setup, but it does make it really easy for ongoing management and maintenance. So that's what we're going to do in this video, set it all up. There are a few steps to this. I will have a few guide in my Patreon and the full view on the Red app as well. So we're going to set up a VM in Unraid. We're going to install Ubuntu and we'll install AMP. Then going to use Pangolin. I have other install videos, so go and have a look at them if you don't have any of these set up. We'll use Pangolin to create a URL to our AMP instance. Then we'll install Minecraft. I'm going to use a web server I have hosting on Hetster, as long as, and this is, for me, it's the same one I set up my Pangolin instance on. But if you have Pangolin, you can run Pangolin locally if you have a dedicated IP and you can do port forwarding. So we'll set up some firewall stuff on that server. We'll set up UDP forwarding, which is required for most gaming. Then we'll edit our traffic and gerbil in Docker, and then we will go. If you don't know AMP, AMP is a really quite a lightweight, fantastic game management tool. It is paid, but it is $20 for a lifetime, and that is it. And they're very specific about lifetime means lifetime. I'm just using the professional edition. I paid for this myself. I'm not going to be doing a lot of game servers for my kids, but if you were doing a lot, it's $40, and they have an enterprise edition if you wanted to start doing this as a business, but that's a subscription. In our first step, I'm setting up Unraid. I will first go into my shares. I have already created an ISOs folder, an ISOS folder, which you just click add share, create the ISO folder. And I've done nothing specific in here, but I have uploaded Ubuntu server. I just went to Ubuntu server, downloaded this, and then uploaded it into the shares, the ISOs folder. And that was it. Then I'm going to go into my settings. I'll look for VM manager. I'm going to enable VM manager. I'm going to make sure that this is set to no. And then I'm going to click here and it's going to ask for the virtual Windows drivers. I'm going to hit download. This will take, 10 minutes depending on your internet speed. So I'll pause here. All right, that's downloaded and we're good. Now I hit apply and we should see up here now VMs. Click on my VMs. I want to add a VM, find Ubuntu, click on Ubuntu, and then I'm going to do a few settings. So call that Ubuntu AMP, leave that. I'm going to deselect all vCPUs. I only have 4. This is just a project server. I would highly recommend you have more. So I'm just going to put 2 for now. Initial memory, I want this to be 16 gig. That's fine. Machine Q35 is fine. Don't touch anything else. Install ISO. This is the one that I downloaded into that folder. So Ubuntu server, and don't change anything. Primary vDisk size, I'm going to make this 50 gigabyte. Everything else is fine. Don't touch anything. Graphics card virtual. The VM console video driver, I'm going to change that to serious. The VM console is how we're going to log in, okay? And then I should be fine. I'm not going to change anything else. Hit create, okay? So I'm just going to follow the prompts. It will take a little while to set up, but I'll just follow through the prompts. Okay, English UK. It's going to ask to identify my keyboard. That's fine. Ubuntu server is fine. I'm just hitting done. Done. I don't want a proxy address. Now I'm going to go and look for some drivers and additional things to install and download. So I want to use the entire disk. Done. That's all fine. Done. Fine. Yep. Oh, done. I want to continue. My name, Benjamin S. Powell. The server's name is Ubuntu AMP. Username, Benjamin S. Powell. Password, adding a password. Done. I don't want Ubuntu Pro. Hit continue. Don't want to install OpenSSH. I don't want to install anything on the list. So done. Okay. So I'm going to let that run and take, depending on, the size, the speed, everything can take a few minutes to get set up. So I'm just going to pause that here. Okay. We now have an installation complete notification at the top of the screen. I'm going to go and reboot now. It's going to reboot that VM we've created. Have a little error. Let's go check that out. So I'm going to click force stop. Then I'm going to restart. Let's have a look and see what happens. Click on it, VM console. Perfect. So it just needed a hard stop. And I'll log in with the username and password I did on the setup. Super duper. Next step. Go back into my AMP, go to my download, Ubuntu, and it says for me to copy this to the clipboard. Go back in. Okay, can't paste. So I just have to type bash. Okay, bash, open, greater than, bracket, wget, dash q, capital O, dash space, get amp.sh. Oh, I need to do sudo su, and then I can run that again. I'll do my password, sorry. And then I can run that again. Bash, open bracket, wget dash lowercase q, uppercase o, dash space amp.sh, close bracket, enter. Okay. All right. So it's asking me to set up a username. I'm going to do my same thing again. Password, confirm the password. Would you like to isolate your AMP instances by running them inside Docker containers? No, I do not want to. I want to keep it bare metal. Will you be running Minecraft servers on this? Yes, I will. Why? Will you be running applications that rely on Steam CMD, Rust, Arc, CSGO, Team Fortress 2? I'm going to say no, but that's up to you. Should I enable HTTPS? No, I'll let everything else do that. I'm going to hit enter, and that's now going to download and install. All right, while that's happening, I'm going to pause. Okay, so it will work through, and then it gives us, you may not be able to see it here, but it tells us go to this IP address and port number and continue the setup. I'll do that. I'll enter the username and password I set on creation, hit login. Now we go through a couple more steps of setup. You can install AMP without a key, but to install an instance like Minecraft, you have to have a paid key. Like I said, just go to the Cube Coders, go to the site, and then you'll buy AMP, make a purchase, and you'll get an email, and in the email, you'll get your key. As far as I know, you can have this installed on as many servers as you want, but you can only have 15. I got that $20 one. You can only have 15 instances running. So I'm just doing it on the standalone default. Next, I have everything left on, restart. Log in again. All right, simple as that. We are basically good. We are running. So we've set up our VM. We now need to set up Pangolin and create a URL to get to the AMP instance. Okay, I'm going to go into my resources. I'm going to add a resource. The HTTPS, this is just for getting to AMP. So this is a HTTP resource. We will create the TCP after. For now, I'm just creating the one to get to AMP. So I'll call this AMP, subdomain AMP, and the target configuration, project server, HTTP, the host IP address, 68.60.115, which is the IP address of the virtual machine I have running. It's probably also a good idea to go into your router and set this as a fixed IP. The port will be 8080, and then I'm going to do create resource, back into my general, change it to AMP, save settings, and now I should be able to go to AMP at benlab.cc, and I can log in. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Okay, so now I'm going to install Minecraft. So select an application. You can't see this massive list that is open, but Minecraft Bedrock. Yep, I'll call this craft. Then I'm going to leave everything on, hit create instance. Excellent. Okay, that's running. Now this IP address, this port 19132, this is important. This is a port that is not usually going to be open on your servers. We're going to have to fix that. And just quickly, if you didn't get your license till after you've set this up, you would come into your configuration and you would look at instance deployment and then your instance deployment defaults, and you would add your license key there. So that is up. That server is now up and running. Cool. So in my Hetzner account, I've got a server running. This is what I've got set up on Pangolin. I'm going to go into firewalls and I'm going to create a firewall. So I want 22 open so I can SSH. I want a TCP of 80. I want a TCP of 443. So 443 is a secure website URL and 80 is a insecure website URL. Pretty sure HTTPS is 443, and I want to create a UDP, and I want that 19132 port, which I got from here, 19132. We need to make sure that's open. I'm going to do create firewall. Then I'm going to go into my server, firewalls, apply a firewall 1, which is what I just made, hit apply. That means that only traffic that is on those ports can access in and out of this server. So now I want to set up the UDP forwarding on the Pangolin server. So I come in here, I have my AMP, add a resource, a raw TCP UDP resource. I'll call this Minecraft. TCP, make that UDP port number, which is the 19132. Targets, I need to point it at the virtual machine, 192.168.60.115, I believe. Now, the port I want to forward this through to, again, is 19132. Create the resource. Now, it's going to give me some traffic and some gerbil things to update. We'll update that in a second. Copy these details. Go to resource, go back in. Okay. Now, I'm just going to double check. 115. Okay. All right. I have SSH'd into my Pangolin server back on the Hetzner instance because I need to do some changes. So I need to nano into the OPT Pangolin config, TRAEFIK /TRAEFIK traffic config.ml. I need to scroll down to entry points. And I need to add the UDP details it gave me for entry points. Once that's done, Control O, enter, and Control X. And now I need to do the same on the Docker Compose. So we'll go nano /opt /pangolin /docker-compose.yml. And we're going to scroll down to the gerbil ports, and you can see we need to add the 191:1932 /UDP. Done. Control O, return, and Control X. Then I want to make sure I go into the Pangolin folder. So CD OPT /Pangolin. CD OPT /PANGOLIN. Okay. Then I want to do Docker Compose up /D. That is now going to rebuild. And then I need to Docker Compose restart TRAEFIK traffic. Otherwise, those new settings won't take. Okay. Now I can CD out of that. CD. And I want to do SS-LUNP pipe grep 19132, and we should see that is, yeah, that's good. There's no crashing, there's no looping. That's what we want, and it's listening. So that's good. Now I'm just going to paste in this. Okay, again, checking that it's not looping, and I want to check the logs. We have errors. I've just realized that when I did testing, I still had another port open. So all I have to do now is I've just shut it off. I'm going to I need to CD OPT lin. Then I'm going to Docker restart traffic. So you shouldn't, this is the first time you set up, you shouldn't have an issue. I just had an issue because I'm a dummy. Going to check the logs. Booyakasha. We are good. That looks good to me. Just to confirm, we've got our AMP at BenLab all set up. We're passing everything through. I've created a Minecraft resource. So now I want to check Minecraft at benlab.cc. So I'm just going into the Minecraft server status, and I'm going to go minecraft.benlab.cc, hit submit. Now I'm doing the Bedrock edition. There we go. It is online. Done. That Minecraft server is now accessible. It won't be accessible. Of course, I'm going to blow everything up. So it's not a public server, but good to go. If you create another instance of something else, it should give you a different IP address. And if that's the case, you will need to go through what we have just done. If I do another, I'm going to call this Minecraft 2, just out of interest, hit create instance. Yeah, it has given us another port. You will need to go and create the firewall. So you will need to go back, set up the firewall, set up the forwarding. So you will need to go into traffic and the Docker config to set those two up, and the UDP pass-through for that port, and then set it up. That's it. So try not to set up too many and have them playing around on different ports. But once they're set up, you never need to touch it again. So good luck, and tell me in the comments how you go.